Okay, now we are recording. Hello and welcome again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this very busy or working day, I would say. But yeah, I see a lot of people are quite interested in the agentic automation shift that is happening and going to happen. So today we are going to discuss about GenAI activities available in the UiPath. So what are GenAI activities, how we can use them, what are the activities, how to configure them, what will be the real-time use cases of using those GenAI activities. So those things we are going to discuss today. So this is second part of the series Fast Track Agentic Automation. We are trying to fast track your journey from rule-based automation to the agentic automation. So this is second part of the series. This is quick intro about myself. So most of the people might know me, but if you don't know or not connected over LinkedIn, here you can connect with me over LinkedIn. I am also a consistently available on UiPath forum as well, so you can reach out over there as well. I'm also available on the WhatsApp group, community WhatsApp group we have for Pune chapter, as well as Delhi NCR chapter as well. So link to those WhatsApp groups I will be sharing at the end of the session. So uh, be there. So this is about me. Then getting started with the topic. So why or what is the current uh, scenario? So currently or before 1 or 2 years, we were into traditional RPA. So what is that traditional RPA? Everything was rule based. We had the bots, whatever will be the repetitive rule based and high volume tasks will be automated by a bot. So that is we can refer as kind of actual hands. We are The bots were mimicking human actions like clicking, typing, navigating, opening, closing applications, so and everything we do manually on the system. So that everything was being automated or mimicked by the bots. Okay, so that was the scenario of traditional RPA. Then came the generative AI. So everyone in industry was fascinated by this idea of AI. So I hope everyone is basically have the understanding of what is AI. So it's nothing but the artificial intelligence which we are seeing infused in everything we do in our day-to-day life. Be it your mobile, it will have the AI in the form of Gemini, or maybe other applications like ChatGPT or Grok or any other models, or the platform you are using. So behind the scene, we have the generative AI that we can consider or call it as a brain. So previously we had the hands, but uh, unfortunately without brain. So if anything beyond the specified rules comes in, the process or bot breaks or throws the exception or just keep that scenario, right? So that was the traditional RPA. Then we have the generative AI for quite a few time now. So that generative AI or the brain have the capacity to take some decisions on the basis of dynamic uh, dynamic input. So there is no fixed rule based or any static rules to be uh, implemented. So this generative AI or AI can generate new things from its training data. On the basis of its training, it can generate text, it can generate image, music, or code, whatever that large language model or the AI model is built and trained for. Okay, so that's we have the brain as well. So now we have the traditional RPA, the hands. then we have the brain as well. But what to do or how to connect these two things? So for that, UiPath and industry as well came up with the solution, that is intelligent automation. Okay, so what is the intelligent automation? It is combining the hands, the traditional RPA, with the brain. So now this becomes a full body. So the brain can think and the hands can act or take automate whatever process or the scenarios we are on. Okay, someone is okay. Thank you. Okay, so intelligent automation is the product or combination of the traditional RPA plus generative AI. So what this consists of? So this intelligent automation uses generative AI, transformers rigid or rule-based automation into intelligent automation. It just converted. Gen AI activities allows developers to embed large language models capability directly into your traditional RPA workflows without complex code or API integration requirement. Okay, so how it does that, how easy it is to implement or integrate generative AI into your traditional RPA workflow, that is we are going to see. Okay, so, what is UiPath generative AI activities? As we saw, that intelligent automation is the product or the combination of traditional RPA plus the brain or the AI models. Okay, so that combination UiPath have bring in the form of Gen AI activities. So name itself it clarifies that it is these are the activities of generative AI. Okay, so these suite of activities, so there are around 20 plus activities and many more are coming every month or more often as per the updates. So those activities will be used in our workflow with the help of integration services. So integration services again is an feature which we have for integrating third party applications directly into our UiPath ecosystem using APIs. So whatever application exposes the APIs, those applications can be directly integrated into UiPath using integration services features. Okay, so to use GenAI activities, we just have to create an integration connection with GenAI activities connector, and then with that, we are all set. We just have to use the predefined activities available in this GenAI activities package. Okay, we don't need to build any custom integrations for company wise. Like we have many companies for LLM providers, like we have Anthropic, we have Google for Gemini code. Then we have the Grok and many more. So for every vendor, we don't need to create separate connections. Everything will be managed through the integration service connection, which we will be creating just only once. So all the available LLM models will be readily available for us in every activity we are going to use. Okay, and this works seamlessly with UiPath Studio Desktop as well as the Studio Web. Okay, so this activity going to be working same even if you are using Studio Desktop as well as the Studio Web. And just point to remember this GenAI activities or the integration services as well only works with the cloud platform. So if you are on premise or other deployment types, then unfortunately it is not yet available for those deployments. Okay, so we have seen what is these GenAI activities actually. Then these are the activities I'm going to just walk you through theoretically, and then we will see in practice how to configure, how to use, and how that activities gives us the desired output. Okay, so these are few core capabilities which we have around text and analysis. So first is content generation. Like this activity will generate some new content, a textual content for sure, because as of now we are only supporting text output, so there won't be any images or any other formats for this activity, at least content generation. So how this content generation activity actually works, so we will give it a prompt like we use ChatGPT or other LLM. So that way we will just give an prompt or the input that I want to write an email communication for client requesting a new fresh work. So the activity will use the LLM, generate some response, and it will give us, okay, in the form of again text. Okay, that is content generation. So if we have to generate some textual content, we can provide the more details, or we have a lot of control, like how it should respond, how concisely, how professionally, or how dynamically it should be preparing or generating that content. So we can control everything or every aspect of that response. So for that we have this content generation activity. Then we have generate email, as name suggests. It will help us writing or generating an email based on whatever prompt we provide to it. Maybe it will be generate an email response to a customer query. So we will just pass it the query, and on that basis, it will just generate a professional or whatever type of email we want, it will generate for us. Then we have summarize text. It will just summarize long document or long text and give the pointers or paragraphs or in number of words you want. So that is summarized text. Then we have sentiment analysis. So it is just to find the sentiment of the input text we provided. So sentiment could be negative, very negative, neutral, then positive, very positive. So we have the threshold or the confidence score as well, like how confident the LLM is about that sentiment analysis. So everything we can configure into this activity. Then we have the activity for reformatting. So this activity could be helpful whenever we have the scenario where we are getting partially formatted or incorrectly formatted data, and we want to convert it into a proper format. So these kind of scenario we normally face in our traditional RPA, right? We either use regex or maybe text formatting or breaking tags by spaces or new line character or any other character, then try to play around that, and then also at the end it fails sometimes, right? So to help with that, this reformat activity uses LLM, so AI, and it just converts or reformats the input into the desired one, maybe CSS, JSON, XML, YAML, HTML, or the Markdown. So that is reformat. Then we have the translate. Simply just translate the input from one language to another. Then we have the detect language. This is also one of the useful activity when we are working on multilingual scenarios where we might expect different language inputs. So we can detect the language using this activity, and then on the need basis we can use translate activity to translate in the desired language. Like if the bot is expecting English language and the detected language from the input is something like Hindi or Marathi or any other languages, then bot will detect the language, and if it is not English, then it will use translate language activity and it will translate it to the English. So these activities we can use in combinations or as per our requirements. Then we have the categorize activity. So again, this activity is quite useful when we are not sure about the uh, rules. Like we have multiple or user-facing inputs, basically emails. So we might not get a predefined or fixed subject or body. So in that case, our traditional RPA, we cannot set lots of rules, right? We cannot daily or weekly set or change the rules to identify the right category emails like queries or escalations or any other types of category of the email. So we cannot do that using traditional RPA. But this activity, categorize, uses just the natural language processing and understand the category of that particular input, and it just categorizes that particular input. Maybe it is categorizing the tickets, Jira tasks, or the emails. So the scenarios could be anything. So wherever you feel that categorization is not standard or rule based and you need to identify the category, then in that case you can use this categorize activity. Then we have the named entity recognition. So like categorize activity gives us the category of any particular input. Maybe it's email or ServiceNow ticket or anything else. So it is just categorizing the input. But this named entity we can use to extract some values from the input. Like we have input from internet website. There maybe we can take Reddit. So we have subreddit where people put their travel logs or travel journeys, where they traveled, what they eat, or what was the mode of transit. So everything they put in that subreddit. So we can build a bot which will scrap all the travel logs with more than length of around 250 words or something. So that would be in detail. And then we will use this named entity recognition. So how this will work? So there we get a dictionary kind of entities definition. So we can define what entities we are interested in. So in this case of travel logs, there would be locations like where they traveled, then by which train or which aeroplane, which bus or which other mode of transport. So everything would be there. So we will be defining a dictionary of entity with name and how to identify that entity in natural language. So for example, here we will be specifying one entity that uh, places, and in description we will be giving description in natural language, like we write or say to anyone that um, names of the places available or provided into the input. So using this natural language uh, natural language instructions, this activity will be using LLM to extract the names of the places provided into that particular input. So Another entity we can define is like mode of transport. So for that also we will give the description that how to identify the mode of the transport. Then we could have another section for stays at that location, maybe hotels, restaurant, or any other uh, points. So this way we will define the entities, and this activity will extract those fields and will provide us back into form of JSON. So once it is extracted, we will have that in JSON format, and then we can easily integrate it with any other bot or anywhere we want. Okay, maybe we can create a web page where we will be sorting every information for easy understanding or any other use cases. So that is about named entity recognition. Then we have semantic similarity. So in short, this activity just compare two strings or list of strings using generative AI and compare them with the meaning, not just the number of characters or spellings or upper lower case or anything. It will compare them semantically. Like for example, I am happy and I'm not I'm not unhappy. So meaning of both will be the same, right? So that level of similarity, if you want to check, because this will be really helpful when we are dealing with very dynamic inputs. So in that case, we can use this activity to find the similarity between the two strings. Okay, so this is about semantic similarity. So these are the 10 activities we normally use for text and analysis purpose. Then next we have advanced features or advanced activities, I would say, which uh, which uses context grounding or RAG. Okay, so to give a brief explanation about what is RAG or context grounding. So RAG is a concept in AI that grounds the information beyond that particular LLM's training data. Okay, so if we take any example of any LLM model or generative AI model, so those models are trained in past. Maybe that training would have stopped or finalized in 2024 or 2025. So whatever things happened after that, or whatever data set wasn't available till that time, those things won't be available for that particular model. So if we don't use RAG or context grounding, we are calling it in UiPath, but overall in industry, if uh, we are saying that we are uh, using RAG, so that would be understandable. So, but in UiPath, we are using context grounding, which is same concept. We're just using different name for RAG. So whenever we are using or passing the context to LLM, there is very less chance of hallucination by the LLM. So what is hallucination? That as we were discussing, that training of any particular model would have already stopped before the data we want to fetch, right? So the LLM model will be answering based on its training data, which was available till 2025 or 22, 23, or any past time. So if you want any latest happening or latest data or latest answer from this generated from the GenAI activity or GenAI model, then we should be giving it a context, like from which section or from which resource you should be answering. So for that, it could be a PDF file or maybe text, images, or combination of it into a PDF. Okay, so this context rounding, how we create index and how to pass it to our LLM models, that I will show you in a while. But for now, just remember that this is context rounding, or RAG is a feature that will help our LLM or generative AI model to answer more accurate than its original training data. Okay, so this query retrieves similar context from context rounding indexes. So here we will be creating index or file from files, and you can also set this directly into context generation activity we just saw in text and analysis category. Okay, so we can directly enable this context grounding in that activity, and that content generation is more accurate or less hallucinated for our further purposes. Then we can use this context rounding in, we have another activity, context rounding search activity. So if we need to search for any particular logic or the text in the context grounding index, then we can use this context grounding search activity to find if that particular text or the data is available in our uh, context rounding index or not. If it is available, we will get the address, like in which file at which page that particular information is available. So these activities like context rounding search or other activities will be useful when debugging the issue in any GenAI activity related issues. Okay, then next thing we have this PI filter. Uh, so this activity helps us to protect our personally identifiable information, or PII data, or PHI data, health information, before this information we pass to the LLM, because anything we pass to the LLM could be stored or used for the further training of the LLM. So every LLM or the AI model provider provides this disclaimer that your data will be used or will not be used for training. Okay, so for avoiding our data, personal data, or maybe health information data being passed to the LLM, UiPath provides this PII filtering activity. So this activity scans the input text and then identifies PII and PHI data and replace that data with reduction marker, like random data. We will be masking it and then we will be passing it to the LLM, and once we get the desired output, then again we will replace that reductor or mark that dummy data with the actual one, and again use it wherever we will require. Then we have the update context grounding index. So once we create this context grounding index, time to time we will have to sync it as per the data updation. So using this activity, update context grounding index, we can sync that index. So our index will be up to date, and our agents or bots, whoever using this context rounding index, uh, will be providing more accurate results. Okay, so this was context rounding index updating. And then get deep rag analysis by ID. So we had rag or context rounding, then we have a deep rag. So this is again more uh, more deeper context rounding mechanism or algorithm, which will provide more accurate answers compared to the normal context rounding or rag. So for that, uh, analysis. This deep RAG analysis by ID, this activity can extract or analyze the context surrounding response we get through deep RAG analysis as well. Then we have web capabilities as well. So till now we have seen that everything will be generated based on the historical or training data, but we have sometimes requirements that we should be getting the real-time data from web and maybe summarize it or just extract the data. Okay, so for that we can allow our Gen AI model to connect with internet and fetch the real-time data. So again, here we have the star mark that these activities offer near real-time search results. So make sure you are not using this activity for extremely real-time scenarios like stock market data or any other features, because these activities use again third-party services which will be fetching the web version for us, and that could be a little slower. Okay, so make sure this will help us get the real near real-time search results, but not the uh, accurately or exact real one. So how many days or how many minutes it delayed, you can find it in the documentation because this gets time to get updated. Okay, so this web search activity, first one, it executes a search for public domain. So any private websites or require user ID passwords, those we cannot search using this activity. So for this, we just pass neural language search query like we normally type something to search in Google. So similar way, we'll just pass that prompt that just search Stack Overflow website for UiPath questions, and it will just search and get the number of results we want. So it could be 5 10 results we want, so it will search that for us. Then we have another activity, web summary. So if we need AI generated summary of the search results or synthesize that information available on that web page, by maybe make it more insightful. Maybe we can combine multiple sources and including citations as well, because we should be knowing like where from where this information is coming from. So for that we can use this web summary activity. And then we have another activity, web reader. So this activity again only work with the public publicly accessible URLs. Then this activity extract the text in a format suitable for LLM, and again it provides the information from that particular website. So that is about plugging your automations directly to the internet. Then we have the vision and imaging capability. So you would have noticed that in our AI center, if you are aware of the AI center in orchestrator or cloud platform, there previously we had the out of box models. So those models being hosted by UiPath and was readily available for these kind of capability. But with the rise of this LLM and other Gen AI models, so those are now totally deprecated. So we are not using those AI models available in the AI center. So now these models or those kind of capabilities we can achieve or use through this Gen AI activities. So one is image analysis, to analyze an image, what is in that, what is the color of images or whatever description we need from that particular image. we can use this image analysis activity. We just have to provide the image path and prompt like what we need to get from it, and it will give us the image analysis. Then object detection. So here we will be defining the object we need to identify from the particular images, like, and we can answer question to the LLM as well, like, is there a hard hat in this safety photo? So these kind of scenario in real time, there could be one another thing like employees are wearing their badges in every area of the office or not, or are the fire safety equipments are at right place or not, or any other scenarios where we need to detect some objects from the images. In that scenario we can use this activity. Then we have the signature similarity. Again, this is very useful when we are doing the IDP, intelligent document processing, because till now we were just extracting and putting it for human validation. So now, using this signature similarity activity for the purpose of comparing two signatures for fraud detection or document verification. So this activity will be giving us the analysis of both the signatures, if both are valid or not, and what is the percentage or confidence as well. So about some threshold we can bring in human in the loop, or we might give the agent or the bot autonomy to proceed with the further steps on any particular process. Then we have the image comparison. It will compare two images and give us the difference. So one real-time scenario could be bot will be analyzing a fraud in delivery. Sometimes this e-commerce website delivers some goods, and after delivery customer complains that instead of iPhone he got the brick or soap. So that is most common scams this e-commerce website faces. So in this scenario what they can do is they can take a photograph before packaging and after opening the package in front of the customer. So those kind of scenarios we can use this image comparison. There could be a number of but we have this pre-built capability, so it will just ask for two images to compare, and it will give the analysis. Then we have the image classification. So here also again we have the custom classification or categorization or classification like we had for the entity recognition. So we will give natural language prompt or description, like if image contains cats, then uh, return as cat. If the image contains other animals, then classify it as others. So that level we can use this image classification activity. Okay. Then these are the activities. Let me show you practically how these activities really works. So for this, uh, we have this GenAI demo. So if you are not sure about this, so this is Studio Web. We have covered in part one. So here we have created RPA workflow, and this workflow we have added text analysis activities. So first we will see this generate content for customer care agent. So let me enable this one. So this sequence, what we are using a content generation activity. First we are using it without context. So this is the activity, how to get that activity. Okay, let me show you how to create the connection first. I missed that, sorry for that. So here go to cloud.uipath.com log in into your account and then navigate to the integration services. In here, search for GenAI activities. In here, connectors, make sure you are in the same folder you want to use this connection. Okay, just select that folder, go to connectors, search here GenAI. So these UiPath GenAI activities, then click on it. Here, connect to GenAI activities. So now it will ask for confirmation. Now we will just have to click on connect. So it is nothing but it is just comparing our UiPath with this GenAI activities. So everything happening on APIs. So for that, UiPath have built this connector to securely communicate with the activities through APIs. So once you click on connect, you will get a connector. So connection. So it will be available in this connection. Okay. So this is activity. Now it is connected. Now we will go to studio. Now in studio, we will just create a new project. From here, we can select, or from this drop down, just click on this RPA workflow and it will create a new project. Okay. So this project I have already created. So here you just have to go to your workflow and click on this plus sign, add activity, and here you can just search for content generation. Okay, this is under UiPath GenAI activities. You can also just scroll down and here browse by category. You can see GenAI activities. If you click on it, you will see all the activities comes under this package. Semantic similarity, list all record, detect language. So you will find almost all the activities which we just discussed. Image comparison, generate email, reformat, PII, then wait for an event on your Apache activity and resume. Okay, so that way I just clicked on it and added this generate content for customer care agent. So what is the configuration we have to do? So this connection will be automatically selected if you are into the right or the same folder you are in, you have created the connection. If not, you can always click on here and browse that particular connection. Just select it. Then here we have the model name. So what is this model name? So these are the LLM models by using which this activity will be generating content for us. So here this list keeps updating. Older one gets deprecated, newer are getting added. Okay, so here we have Anthropic, then Gemini, then GPT. Okay, so you can select as per your choice or the response. So best practice would be try with each model, and whichever model gives you the more as per expectation result, you can select that one. Okay, so select the model name, then just put the prompt. So this prompt will be the user input. So here, suppose we are getting this query on email. So email body, we will be passing it as a prompt. So information I will have to share for warranty claim. So this is again example of e-commerce website where customer have bought something and now inquiring about the warranty claim information, how what details it would be requiring. So inbuilt this GenAI generate content activity have this PI detection feature, which we will explain. I will explain you later on how to configure. But for now, I have just selected false because we are not passing any PI or PHI data. Then we have this system prompt. So system prompt, what it does, it gives the persona like what this.
Are they recording?
Okay.
हॅलो.
So,
हॅलो. झालं का काम आपलं? हो,
uh,
झालं झालं. ऍक्च्युली मी निलेशला फोटो पाठवले ना, तर ते पहिले जे 2 पेजेस आहेत त्याच्यावर
okay, all right. So this system prompt gives the persona to that particular activity, that how it should generate the response. Like if you have explored the agentic AI and build an agent, so you should be knowing this system prompt. So it will um, act as this person. So here I have given it as a persona, that you are a customer care agent helping customer with their product or warranty related queries. So this is kind of fine tuning the persona or the uh, response. Okay. Then we haven't used any context rounding. Okay. So this additional properties we can see, these are more related to the AI or the model. So here you can find more details like top K, top P. So these things you can learn from any resources. But here we can configure all the things we can configure for the LLM. What is the temperature, how creative or dynamic the response should be, frequency, penalty, and these will be more technical things. So we won't be going into that much detail, but you can control those as well. So here we get the output, top generated result, then mask result. In case of we are enabling the PII, we are getting that masked text here. Context generation. Okay, I'm just muting everyone. Later on, we will just unmute. Okay, so here we are getting the citations, like how the activity returned that response. Okay, so here I'm just adding a breakpoint and see how that activity gives us the response. So now it is getting deployed to the serverless robot live, and then it will start executing this particular activity. So now it is generating content. Now it generated the content, but that is without context. So we had asked the activity like what detail I would have to share for the warranty information. So these are the quite standard one, or I would say as per its training data. So issue description and everything, this information ready. So this is kind of generic output. This is not related to the company we are working for. Okay, so there could be different warranty details we would be requiring as per the companies, right? So to see like what is the exact details we need, so we will see we have created an index. So how to create the index, I will show you. So for that we will just go to that folder particular we are working on. We'll go to the storage bucket, because all of our uh, context grounding data we will be storing it into this storage bucket. So here we have added one PDF for fan warranty. These are the uh, product specifications for fans, these for lights. So if we see this fan warranty one, here we have this custom or company specific warranty details like customer care number, what documents customer should be providing for the warranty claim and everything. Okay, okay, it's taking. a little bit. Maybe I will just download it. Okay, so it is last updated when, purpose, scope, warranty details. Here we have like customer support mobile number, then the email ID and everything. Okay, so this everything we don't see it in here because we didn't made it context aware that we need the response or content from by using that specific content. So again, we have used another activity, content generation. Here, now we have same prompt, but here if you see, we are using existing index that is available in shared support edge index, and how many results we need? 3. Okay, so where is that index? So if we go to shared and here indexes, and here we have that support edge index. So this index will be using the support edge context which we have stored it in the storage buckets. Okay, so this index will be using that PDF for context rounding and generating the response on the basis of the context. Now if we just run it, now I'm just letting it run. Let's see. So now it is now generating with context or RAG. So it generated, okay. Now it successfully generated with RAG as well. Okay. So this is with RAG and context. If you see the required documents, and now it included the customer care support, customer uh, support contact details as well. So these details are for sure coming from that PDF, but how to get confirmation are these really from that? So for that we have the citations like source from where this LLM extracted this value. So for that, if you can see, it is coming from fanwarranty.pdf and page number 2. Okay, then again on page number 3 also it used for that particular customer care details. Okay, which we have already seen. Okay, so this is how we can context ground the content generation as well. So uh, these things or this output we can use in other activities as well. So now what I will do, I will just use further activities, like let me enable this one. So these activities we have generate email with signatures. Okay, so we have this response. So suppose customer requested for warranty details and generated content generation activity, generated this output. Now we just have to draft an email. So how to do that? So for that we have used generate email activity. So how to configure it? Again, the connection is must, GenAI activity connection, then model selection. Here also you can use or the model suitable for you. Then include salutation, like what salutation you want. You get predefined this one, but you can customize it as per your requirement, like dear, then salutation name. This also you can make it dynamic. If you get the name of the customer, suppose a show, so you can pass it directly using variable, and that will get added into the email. Then sign off, like thanks and regards. Then sign off name could be customer care team or any particular you want. Then we have the email content. So whatever will be the output will be stored into this one. The style of the email should be concise, persuasive, witty, lyrical, or these kind of types, predefined types we have. Then output format, do we need it plain text or HTML? Normally we use HTML so that we can give it. And also you can give it a example. Like in GenAI, we can pass few short prompts. So similar way, this activity will send that as an example that we need email like this one. And once that is there, we can generate an email as per this. So let's see. I think we are already on time, so I will be explaining other activities. But I would suggest to give it a try. Every activity. If you face any issue, you can drop it on UiPath forum as well, or you can just drop me over LinkedIn or any connected medium, and I will try to help you on that.
Uh, Ashok, can this workflow can it be shared with us so that we can have a look at it on our own time and practice it?
Yes, I will do that.
And Ashok, one more question. How this UiPath is safeguarding the PII information? For example, if you are using any GenAI or LLM models out of the box, right?
Mhm.
Like how UiPath is ensuring the data is in a safe hands.
Okay, so for this, UiPath using their specialized model, which is not the LLM provider model. Okay, so they have their own models, like previously they had in AI Center. So similar way, they have implemented specialized model to handle PII, PHI data. So those models, these activity use to identify PHI, PII data and then redict it or just replace it, and then next thing it will pass it to the LLMs or the outside LLMs like Gemini or OpenAI's or Anthropic's. So data transmission or transport layer is secured by I'm not sure 1.2 or which certification, but yeah, it is being secured at transition or transfer level as well as the storage level. And also UiPath don't store your PI, PHI or any prompt you are passing through this AI trust layer for training.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so here,
Hi Ashok.
yeah.
How
uh,
can we get this recorded and also this workflow? Like
Uh,
how?
work- Workflow, I'll be sharing it on the same page where you have registered. So I'll be sharing this recording. Just a second. So I'll be sharing this recording as well as this supporting document as well as the deck over here. So you can find it below this about this event or about this one, but recording will be there, and I will also add a uh, link to this code as well as the PPT also I will be sharing because we were short of time. So we had a couple of points, but yeah, those are kind of self-explanatory, like it's speed to value, reduce complexity, and we can easily scale it. So before we go into
Is there
Q&A mode,
so
you can just follow these UiPath community pages where you can get the latest update or upcoming events in person or virtually for Pune as well as Delhi NCR chapters. And here are the official WhatsApp groups for Pune chapter as well as the Delhi chapter. And we can continue with the question and answer meanwhile. Feel free to
can
unmute.
you just show how to configure the guardrails?
Guardrails as such we don't have in here. The guardrail concept comes into picture into agentic or agent builder. So in here we don't have guardrails because guardrails mainly we use when we give the autonomy to any AI. Here we are just generating something. So it will be just start and end. there won't be any infinite loop or any risk as such. We just have one risk, that is PHI or PII data. So we don't have guardrails here.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? You can unmute yourself and ask. Meanwhile, I'm just checking the chats if any
so
questions are
yeah,
unanswered.
creating index, okay,
Mhm.
and my storage bucket I keep on updating
Mhm.
regular time. How, I mean, the frequency of refreshing the index, can it
Uh,
be?
Yeah, we can do that refresh as ad hoc. Like when we add that file, we can add just a bot to refresh or sync that index. Or there, I don't remember exactly, but there is also auto sync configuration for indexes, right?
Okay.
So you can plan accordingly. Like you may create
Any
a
any
simple.
trigger-based syncing, like suppose if I add any file to that storage bucket, that will trigger the sync to index.
No, I don't think so, but it's also good or bad idea as well because sometimes if that syncing happens for every minute or every 5-10 minutes, then it would be a lot of overload at the backend system. So maybe that could be the reason they haven't enabled or provided yet. But yeah, we can ask for this. Let's see what is UiPath's response on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. GenAI is normally generating new content, but as you mentioned, there is one GenAI activity called image classification. Will this come under GenAI? Just not creating any content. So this person are so this image analysis is also kind of generating something new, which is not there. So it will be just classifying or understanding that image and then classifying it, like providing us the outcome, like what kind of image is that. So that's why it comes under GenAI activity only. And also it uses the LLM or generative AI model, so that's why it's it comes under GenAI activity only. What is the difference between system prompt and just prompt in activities? So system prompt, as I explained, will be the persona of that activity, like how the response should be generated. Like if we don't give persona, the model will just give anyone's view. But if I tell the model that you are a experience or subject matter expert in customer queries handling, then your output or the response would be more accurate or more related to the query or the bots or that particular activities point of view. That's why we give that system prompt as well. That is only for the content generation activity. And yeah, Vinit, thank you for answering that one. That's also right. And in every GenAI activities, we can either use context rounding or not. Is by our choice, if I'm not wrong. That's right. It's our choice. But yeah, it is good to use if you have the context. Otherwise, it will just give a random answer as per its data. Link of this page. Navya, which page link you are looking for? Okay, maybe you can just Okay, fine. So I think we are good on this one. If you feel any require any clarification or face any issue, please drop your questions on UiPath forum as well. You can drop in the Pune chapter or Delhi NCR chapter as well. So, like me, many experts are there. So I or others can definitely help you with that. And I'm also planning video, maybe shorter video per activity that I can share with you all. I have all the participants list. I can share you once it is ready. But yeah, for now, it is not available. But due to time constraint, I could not show you the demo for everything, but rest assured I will be working on it and will share the demo as well. Okay. uh, yeah, thank you, Soumya. If no questions, then we are good to close. Thank you so much, guys. It was great that this number of people are interested in this and take out took out some time from their busy schedule. Thank you so much. Feel free to register for the next session that will be on API workflows. That is also interesting feature coming up that will be useful in every agentic or any upcoming IPA kind of automation. So please do register for it. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.